A lot of people think that Diana was just an ordinary girl, plucked like Cinderella to marry the prince. But in fact, she was from a very noble aristocratic family, the Spencer family, which has century-long history in England.
She had tough times growing up. Her parents divorced when she was just 7 years old. It was a big scandal at the time. Her mother had an affair, so her father was given custody.
Princess Diana met Charles when she was just 16 years old. He was dating her older sister Sarah at the time. A few years later, when Charles was 30, he was single and under pressure from the palace to marry. By then, Diana was a 19-year-old preschool teacher. She and Charles reconnected and became engaged after about 6 months. The wedding ceremony was seen by 750 million TV viewers worldwide.
She was perfect, she was aristocratic, she was young enough, she hadn't had a proper boyfriend, so all that was working in her favour. And then, of course, the fairy tale happened.
Within a year, Prince William was born.
When Diana became a mother, it was truly one of the happiest things of her life, and she had always yearned to be a mother.
But shortly after that, the fairy tale started to fade.
She felt very lonely in her marriage to Charles. She was suspicious that Charles and Camilla Parker Bowles were cheating behind her back.
Later, we learned that Diana battled bulimia, depression, and had suicidal thoughts. She suffered behind closed doors, but in the public eye, she made it her mission to help others. She dedicated herself to charities, including landmine clearance, and then controversial issues like HIV/AIDS.
She had this empathy because of her upbringing. She could walk into a room and immediately see the person who was most lost and who needed help.
She was connecting with people in a way no royal ever had in history.
The Princess of Wales officially ended her marriage to Prince Charles in August 1996. A year later, on August 31st, 1997, Diana was killed in a car accident in France, along with her boyfriend, Dodi Fayed. It's said she was being chased by paparazzi, and her driver, who was speeding away from them, was drunk at the wheel. Now, 20 years later, her sons are opening up about that fateful night.
The people that chased her into the tunnel were the same people that were taking photographs of her while she was still dying on the back seat of the car.
Diana's funeral sparked an unprecedented outpouring of grief and emotion, with tens of thousands lining the streets and mountains of flowers piled up outside both Buckingham and Kensington palaces.
The funeral of Diana was the biggest TV audience in history. 2.5 billion people around the world saw that funeral. She was a global superstar, a global icon, and for Generation X, it was our JFK moment.
After Diana's death, the royals were forever changed. Diana's legacy is seen through a queen who is more accessible and less distant than in the past. Also through her sons, William and Harry, who are following in their mother's footsteps.
She's had two magnificent kids who have done fantastic things and will continue to do great things, who've actually saved the royal family, I think.
I wouldn't let it break me. I wanted it to make me. I wanted her to be proud of the person I would become.
And William and Harry have chosen to dedicate a new garden called the White Garden at Kensington Palace to mark the anniversary of their mother's passing. In London, Kitty Logan, Fox News.